Okay, guys, here we are. This is the end of Dave's Afterthoughts. Okay, I'm sorry it took so long. I hope you guys are not disappointed. I found all this shit to be funny. And so I am going to try and amuse you. I've never talked about any of this stuff in any of my performances before. It's just stuff I thought about like the last few days. So, my history of head injuries is coming straight through. Never forget that I have a history of those. So that makes me crazy. Right? In my life, I've had 5 psychiatrists. And on top of that, this comedy night, yeah, I was inspired because I haven't been telling as many jokes as I really wanted to. My brain hasn't been focused on that. But I've been trying to heal, trying to go to therapy, try to do my things, and now I'm ready. I feel pretty good. You know, I'm going to smoke my vape while I'm talking, right? And the first thing I'm going to say is somebody once told me that fart jokes never get old. I think it was my mother. And we're off and running. And what do I want to talk about first? In the last video, I missed a couple things on the details of some stuff I was talking about, and I wanted to give myself some clarity, so I'm going to share them with you. If you've been following along, you'll understand everything, because I'm going to throw them in, and it'll make sense to anybody who's been watching. And thank you for your support. And so, with that being all said, Stars Behind Bars has a new victim. And the Stars Behind Bars' new victim is the Jack of Hearts, and his name is R. Kelly. And that is his mugshot. So he is the next victim. And that's that out of the way. Okay, sponsor number 1 is going to come to you from an app called Zedge. It is the absolute bomb. I have had it for a while now, almost 5 years. A security guard introduced it to me, and it's for wallpapers, ringtones, and yeah, if you saw the way my phone was set up, you'd believe it, right? Because my ringtone is Hockey Night in Canada. My message tone is Worf from the Next Generation. It says, Captain, incoming message. And my alarm is the Grinch Who Stole Christmas. And because my favorite color is green, and he's a green character, and I'm a Grinch, made perfect sense. So it's one of my wallpapers. Anyway, just throwing that out there. Zedge is an awesome app. And yeah, it's free. So now we are underway. The introduction is, your host is me. And the story I was telling you at the end of the last video was about the 3 guys I'm gonna boot fuck. Well, this is what I wasn't finished talking. I wrote something else somewhere, so I'm going to tell you what I was going to finish saying. I don't like punks or drama. So when I said I was down an arm and I like those odds, that's because I had brain surgery in January and I can't use my left arm. So I'm down an arm. I only have my right arm and my feet and my brain. And I want to take these 3 guys on. And I will completely kick the shit out of them. I am military combat trained. And so I will take those odds. 5 years of boxing and 2 years of karate does wonders. There was a time when I could carry 2 guys at once, one on each shoulder, when I was like 25. Very good shape, very, very good shape. So I'm not afraid of anything because my body's banged up. I'm damaged goods. So on that note, so yeah, I'll take these guys on without my left arm, and I'll take them all 3 on. I'll ask them who's first. Even with my surgery 9 months ago, I'll still go out there and do it. This is how crazy I am. Yeah. I punched a cop once when I was 27 because he tried to intimidate me. Right? So, didn't care about going to jail. It was only for 3 days. But I popped him good. I didn't have the combat training I had back then. I was at the beginning of it, but I know a lot more now. Anyway, so so that's how crazy I am. And, let's see. Yeah, I'm just looking for clarity on what I was finished. I'm going to tell jokes right away here, honestly. Always remember I have a history of injuries, and this is how crazy I am. I punched a cop. Okay. I broke a guy's jaw here. Knives and I go way back. I got scars on my arms underneath these braces from knives. I got a few slashes. I'm telling you, I'm damaged goods. And I'm ready to fight these guys and have fun. That's my fun. I want to do it. I was just telling one of my neighbors like a week ago that I want to go start a bar fight and just punch the shit out of somebody. So I need my vacation more than ever. I'm not going to get into that. Okay, so that being said, that's over. And here we go. Okay, in the world, there are people pleasers, people that ask, people that give, people that receive, people that have routine, people that don't get what they want, and people that are impossible to please, and like me, people who just don't give a fuck. So, now I'm going to start making fun of everybody, starting with your friends, anybody you can think of that you think they've done this with brain farts in the past. So, because you're allowed to make fun of your friends. Remember I said that. And so, I was with a friend of mine. And he had a friend. There was 4 of us. It was me and my friend, and his friend and his wife, whatever, for whatever reason. I don't know what happened. This guy was totally hammered. Okay? Tell me something. If you were in a peanut bar near an airport and you seen a cardboard cutout of a cheerleader for like the Edmonton Eskimos or whatever, would you think it's a real person and try to buy it a drink? Well, this happened to my friend's friend. His wife had to carry him home. I couldn't believe it for the life of me. That straight IQ lost into the next subject. Or one of the very close ones here. So, yeah, that's pretty stupid. So, even Gary Bettman isn't that stupid. I hate his guts. Hockey players, maybe. We're all human. So, before I tell you the size of my head, you are going to learn about a thing called the IQ test. And if you don't know what it is, at some point in your life you should have had this test. Or if you haven't, I don't know why. But anyway, it's how they base your brain when you're going through school and finishing school and stuff. Anyway, whatever. It's called an IQ test. I'm sure 99% of the population has heard of this test. But there are ranges. Okay? And the ranges are from 0 to 39, you are totally retarded. From 40 to 79, you are mildly retarded. It's from 80 to 120, you are normal, average, that's the middle range. If you have an IQ above 120, 121 to 159, it's considered gifted. And if you have 160 to 200, because 200 is maximum, you are a genius. And the reason I bring it to your attention is because I don't know how I got such a gifted head when I tell you the size of my head. I'm not kidding. Size of my head. There was a place in Edmonton a long time ago called Mr. John's Hats. And I went in there for a Klondike Days fundraiser to get one of those old style bowlers fit for me, right? Custom made, right? And so I went in there, and before he measured me for this hat, he told me a story about Brian Mulroney. Okay? Now, according to this custom made old guy from the 1950s, who's made hat his entire life, he says there's no way to measure a guy's head over the size of 8. Well, my head's a 7.5. So I was close to the very, very maximum size of heads. Okay, so my head's as big as a watermelon. But check this out. Brian Mulroney's head is a size 9. The guy can't even be fit for a hat. His head's the size of 2 watermelons. And on that note, I'm going to have to continue this in the next video. I'm not even going to make an introduction. I'm just going to come back and start telling more jokes. This is a continuation. See you soon.